With the first month of 2022 behind us, it is important to note that 2022 we've entered with the highest value appreciation on record for homeowners, lowest inventories, but also the fastest pace of increase in mortgage interest rates since 2016. Hi, I'm Beata Bukowski with Fairway Independent Mortgage, coming to you with our weekly economic update. In biggest news last week, the employment report expecting 150,000 jobs created came out with a whopping 467,000 jobs, a ton better than any expectations. However, in the private sector, the ADP employment report released earlier last week showed 301,000 job losses, well below the 200 job gains that were expected. Granted, there is some reasoning behind it and how they collected their data, so please be careful in taking quick assumptions here, but private sector showed less new jobs than anticipated. In the recent jobless claims because of Omicron, did decline last week. There were a little over 2 million people collecting and receiving unemployment benefits, much less than the 18.5 million receiving comparable benefits last year at the same time. In housing news, CoreLogic Home Price Index reported December prices going up 1.3% for a total of 18.5% year over year. The annual reading is even an acceleration from prior months' numbers. This is the highest in the last 45 years. Apartment List's national rent report showed 0.2% increase in January and almost 18% year over year. There's also a lot of talk that 2022 will be the year of investors, that there will be a ton of new investors, big, such as hedge funds, and small, such as individual buyers, buying investment properties and renting them out because of these increases in rents. Obviously, from my neck of the woods, interest rates obviously are stealing the show for us here. As reported earlier, we have not seen a jump this fast in interest rates since 2016. And to the point, mortgage interest rates and lenders do not like when the Fed talks about reducing or running off their balance sheet, meaning stopping or reducing their investments into mortgage-backed securities. On the other hand, and this is a common misconception, mortgage interest rates actually like when the Fed increases the Fed fund rate, because there is a lot of talk that March will be that month for the first hike. Looking back to 2016, 17, and 18, every time the Fed increased the Fed fund rate, mortgage interest rates have gotten better. But every time they even mentioned the word running off their balance sheet, investing less into mortgage-backed securities, interest rates went up. So what happened last week? Bank of England said that they are becoming the sellers of their bonds. They're not investing anymore into their bonds. And as globally connected we are, our bond market, neither did mortgage interest rates, liked that statement. So to explain to your buyers and to everybody interested on why interest rates went up so much last week, well, here you go. We didn't like what Bank of England is doing, and we're going to be watching very closely what our Fed is going to do, because they're really walking a very tight rope. Beata Bukowski, over and out, Fairway Independent Mortgage.